Hi, this is Should I Watch It? I'm Jason Cockroft, and today I'm going to help you decide if you should watch Sausage Party. I'll tell you some points about the film, and then I'll give my own scores and opinions towards the end, and I'll do the whole thing without any spoilers. What's it about? Well, Sausage Party follows some food that lives in a supermarket. They all talk and they all have their own lives and they have their own opinions about the human beings and how the world works. Their main aim in life is to be picked by the humans and taken to what they call the promised land, which is the land outside of the supermarket. And this is like their life goal. We follow the main character, who is a sausage, played by Seth Rogen. And he basically stumbles upon the information that the promised land is not all it's cracked up to be, and he embarks on a little adventure to try and find out the truth about what happens out in the promised land. Should I watch it? Sausage Party is a comedy, and the main thing to consider really when you're going to see Sausage Party is it's very much an adult comedy. It's very much based around sexual jokes and puns. So if you're somebody who's kind of disgusted by sexual puns, this is definitely not one for you. It's got some very risque moments in it, so that's something to bear in mind. And it's got quite a childish, if adult, sense of humour to it. I feel as though there's a hell of a lot of swearing in it, so bear that in mind. They seem to swear a little bit too much. I got the impression they were trying to hit home that this is an adult cartoon, not a children's cartoon. You should watch this film if you're just looking for a bit of fun. It's just a bit of a fun comedy. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too deep in terms of storyline, but there's a reasonable sort of background story to it, and there's some really good casting in there. There's some really good actors in it, a lot of good voice acting. You probably shouldn't watch Sausage Party if you're easily offended, especially by sort of humour that's poking fun at religions. There's quite a lot of poking fun at religion in this, as the food themselves have sort of a religion that they abide by, and it does poke fun at it quite a lot. There's also, to bear in mind as well, there's a lot of racial stereotypes and a few jokes poking fun at different racial stereotypes. There's nothing really offensive in here, but if you are easily offended, then you're probably going to come out of the cinema quite annoyed. Right, on to my rating. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's better than average, but it's not great. And I think personally it's not really worth a cinema trip. I'd probably wait until later, maybe stream it or watch it on DVD or Blu-ray or something like that. It's good. It's a good bit of fun. It wasn't really straight down to my sense of humour. I didn't laugh out loud very often. It was one of those ones where they're kind of little laughs in your head for me. And I'm somebody that likes to go to a comedy film and be laughing out loud a lot. I didn't think it was as funny as a lot of other comedies I've seen recently, especially like from Seth Rogen. Bad Neighbours, or Neighbours as you may know it, 1 and 2, both way funnier than this in my opinion. But it's not a bad film, and I quite like how unique it is, and how bold they've been with the with what some people would call a sort of offensive humour. But at the same time, I didn't find it all that funny. I did think they put too much effort into trying to make it seem like an adult film in sort of a comic children's looking background. The amount of swearing was a bit unnecessary and did make it seem a bit unnatural, which is a bit strange. The whole film, really, my main gripe of it is it just feels a bit weird. To me, watching it, there's just a lot of weirdness. And there's some quite long, sort of lengthy sexual scenes that I just found a little bit cringy. I'm not normally sort of affected by stuff like that, but I just found this very cringy. And I felt the whole film had a bit of a weird feel to it that I couldn't really put my finger on. But it was okay. I enjoyed it, and I went to the cinema and I was happy enough. But if I wouldn't recommend it as a cinema trip to other people. I quite liked the fact that it was poking fun at some religions and things like that. In like quite a, it's quite done in a sort of a very playful way. It's not really poking fun at any particular religion. It's kind of poking fun at religion in general. And in doing that, it is quite. Those are some of the funniest moments, really, likening the food's beliefs to sort of the God theories and things like that. Hard to really describe the comedy in this film, so I can't really liken it to other comedies. It's got kind of a little bit of a vibe of South Park to it, although I find South Park is funnier. But there's a lot. It's mainly the thing to take mind is there's a lot of dirty jokes, a lot of sort of sexual jokes and humour, a lot of puns. There's actually some quite funny food puns in there as well. If you're a fan of a bit of wordplay and some puns, then that could also be a positive for you. I felt the general story was quite good, and there were some really good characters in it as well, which kind of make it watchable more than anything. there's no particularly standout funny characters, I don't think, and there's no particularly great characters in general, really. But I quite like the chewing gum when he comes into it, or possibly bubblegum. He was interesting, and obviously a parody of someone in particular. But it was, yeah, it's definitely got its merits. But yeah, to me it's above average, but it's not what I'd call a good film. If you've liked what you've seen today, please subscribe to the channel, so you get more Should I Watch It reviews on films coming out. I try to get them out as quick as possible after the film release. And we were on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus actually now, if you even know what that is. I don't really get it. But yeah, we're out there. Please watch us, follow us. Please share us as well. Get us out there. If you like our stuff, try and show your friends and all that kind of thing.